106 FM. The time is now
6 o'clock.
Welcome to the Jamaican Diaspora live online with your host, Dervan Malcolm.
Wherever you go, in tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go, shine. You need to know.
Before God and all mankind, I pledge the love and loyalty of my heart, the wisdom and courage of my mind, the strength and vigor of my body, in the service of my fellow citizens. I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace, to work diligently and creatively, to think generously and honestly, so that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity, and play her part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. It is Saturday, the 15th of October, 2022, and we greet you well wherever in the world you are listening to us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM, the program established to promote, celebrate, highlight, and lift up the remarkable work of Jamaicans at home and abroad. Welcome to those of you listening to us on 106.1, 106.3, 106.5, 106.7, and 106.9. From Moran Point to Negril Point, from the Goat Islands to Galena Point, this is Power 106 FM, serving Jamaica and the diaspora. Hello to those tuned in via the Power 106 FM app, which you have downloaded from the App Store or the Google Play Store, depending on the nature of your device. Downloading is free, listening is free, wherever, whenever. We acknowledge those of you who have dialed a designated number to listen to Power 106 FM from the United States and the United Kingdom. Those in the US who wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM can call 631-359-8281, 631-359-8281. If you're in the United Kingdom and you wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM, your number is 0330 606 0953, 0330 606 0953. We're streaming live video on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page. If you're not there yet, log on to Facebook. In the search box atop the page, type DERVAN MALCOLM, and you too will be able to not just hear, but see what's happening in the studios of Power 106 FM. If you don't have a Facebook account, no sweat, there's always YouTube, and we're also streaming live on YouTube via the Dervan Malcolm YouTube channel. You don't need to have an account to access the live stream on YouTube. All you need is a smartphone, a tablet, computer, laptop, desktop, any one of those. And then you need internet connection. But importantly, not just connection, but connectivity. One way to test for connectivity is to open a browser like Google Chrome. And if you're able to browse successfully, then you're up and running. If not, then you have a problem. So that's YouTube. And of course, we welcome those who have found other ways and means to tune in to us here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. We've been observing National Heritage Month here in Jamaica and going into National Heritage Week right now. In fact, Monday is a public holiday. It's National Heroes Day on Monday, and therefore a long holiday weekend. No doubt we would have struck some nostalgic chords by reciting the national pledge, a most appropriate time for us to do so, and also by playing the Jamaica National Pledge song, I Pledge My Heart Forever. And no doubt that song would also have evoked a warm sentiment about Jamaica, land we love. Please feel free to share your thoughts, especially at a time such as this, when we celebrate, salute, highlight our history, our heritage, our culture, our people. 876-922-4112 if you're inclined to call. 876-922-4112. Our text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us via WhatsApp as well. That number is 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. Let's greet those who are already online, up and running. Norman Hines in St. Thomas says, good morning, Mr. Dervan Malcolm and listeners all over Jamaica and the diaspora. Morning, Norman Hines. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hello to Andrew Holmes. Good morning. Welcome, Andrew Holmes. Beveline in Toronto, Canada is greeting us as well. She says, good morning, Sir D. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you too, Beveline. Welcome. Edge my heart, she says, and she posts a purple heart. Diana McIntyre Pike says, good morning, Sir Dervan. It's always a pleasure to join your diaspora program on a Saturday morning as it unites us all as Jamaicans all over the world, a diverse and talented people. Blessings to you all. Thank you very much, Diana McIntyre Pike. Blessings to you too. All the very best. Dr. Hezidine Smith, good morning to you. He says, just dropping by Hope all is well, my friend. We're fine, thanks, and we trust it's the same for you and yours, Dr. Smith. All the best to you. Rosemary Booth, good morning to you. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Alistair Preog is also joining us, saying, Blessed love teacher, can I please ask you to tell that man who claims to be the leader of our lovely country to focus on the crime and stop being a demonstration man, I beg. We read your message, Alistair Preog. Thank you very much for your message. Hermin Hyatt on YouTube says, good morning, Dervan. Good morning, Hermin Hyatt. Hello to Shernet Ellington, who is greeting us from London. Welcome, Shernet Ellington in London. Andrea Peart, good morning to you. Thank you for joining us from cool Mandeville. Mandeville in Manchester. In Mandeville, you are, trying to remember, you're about 2,200 feet above sea level. That's off the top of my head. That's what I remember. And you're also sitting on about 60,000 tons of bauxite in, again from memory, in Mandeville, Manchester. But importantly, your riches, of course, are in the people of the parish. Thank you very much for tuning in. Good to have you on board. Good time for us to do a quick scan of what's in the Gleaner today, which will give you, our faithful listeners at home and abroad, an idea of some of the topics or issues that are confronting us or that we have to deal with at this time. So let's see. We're surveying the e-Gleaner right now, the electronic edition of the Gleaner. And we're being encouraged to update our subscription. Now, why did we go and click that button? Does it need updating? I don't think so. So let's go back to the e-Gleaner. So on the front page of the Gleaner today, land battle on. Golding willing to plead case for Pleasant Hill families facing eviction. Opposition leader Mark Golding said he will seek dialogue with the government with a view to averting the impending eviction of several families now occupying lands handed down to them in Pleasant Hill, St. Catherine. The 65 families, some of whom have been living on the lands originally leased from Worthy Park Estates by their parents and grandparents for more than 50 years. They were served notices to vacate the properties by December 6. Under the arrangement, the families would cultivate sugarcane to sell to the nearby Worthy Park Estates. The Gleaner was informed that the government acquired the lands a few decades ago, after which many residents stopped paying on their leases as they awaited news on how they would be able to fully purchase the properties they occupied. 2 Thursdays ago, the residents were surprised with the eviction notices dated October 6. The notice further said the properties were owned by the Commissioner of Lands. Well, let's read what it says before that. Take notice that you are hereby required to cease occupation, vacate, and deliver up possession of and remove any fencing and or temporary structures erected by you on land on or before the 6th day of December 2022. That's what the notice said, and it further said the properties were owned by the Commissioner of Lands, and that should they fail to leave voluntarily, they would be forcibly evicted. And below that story is a picture of the People's National Party President Mark Golding in dialogue with residents of Pleasant Hill, St. Catherine on Friday. The residents are on edge after being served with eviction notices last week. Also, let's take the break and come back.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
6:15 in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 8:15 p.m. in Tokyo, Japan.
Tune in every Thursday at 3:30 p.m. for Your Legal Corner with Dana Walker Huntington, during both sides of the story with Dervan Malcolm on Power 106 FM. It's your source of information regarding U.S. immigration matters, combined with Power 106 FM's pioneer of diaspora broadcasting. Call in with your U.S. immigration queries and concerns on 876-9224-11225, or send a text or WhatsApp message to 876-279-8598 and get the answers you need for your U.S. immigration questions. That's Your Legal Corner with Dana Walker Huntington, Thursdays at 3:30 p.m. during both sides of the story with Dervan Malcolm, only on Power 106 FM.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. We're sharing with you some of the stories from the Gleaner. We're flipping the pages virtually. It's the electronic Gleaner, the e-Gleaner. Our heroes walking in their light is the caption on the big picture on the front page of today's Gleaner. And it's the story of Heroes Park featuring our heroes in light. It makes for quite a spectacular feature, especially at a time such as this. So there's a picture of two young men looking on at the lit Marcus Garvey Monument inside National Heroes Park last night as preparations were underway for this weekend's light showcase dubbed Our Heroes Walking in Their Light. Below all of that, jewelry robbers get sizable cuts in sentences. 3 alleged gangsters who were sentenced to 20 years in prison for their involvement in the brazen 2011 daylight $50 million jewelry heist at Tropical Jewelers on Constant Spring Road in St. Andrew have had their sentences significantly reduced. Javid Absalam and Garnet Linton will now be serving 12 years, 11 months, and 1 week in prison, while Winston Harris will be serving 10 years and 11 months. The appellants, who police alleged are members of the infamous Rosetown-based Discipline Gang, were also sentenced to 5 years for simple larceny, but were successful in getting the appellate court to overturn their larceny conviction and to set aside the sentence. Their sentences were reduced after the Court of Appeal accepted that the trial judge had erred in his approach to the sentencing, as the appellants were not given credit for pre-trial remand. It also found that their sentences were excessive. The men were also credited with a further 2-year reduction in their respective sentence by the Court of Appeal for breach of their constitutional right to a fair hearing within a reasonable time, due to the fact that their case had taken 8 years before it was heard. And you can read on more about today's Gleaner. Sister Suzanne Fraser, building legacy. Indeed, she is. Clarendon mom pleads for assistance to get life back on track. Sinclair laments upside down governance. Feature planned for Bolt statue in Falmouth. Mother of 3 in quandary after baby father, friend murdered. And there's a picture of Prince Ermias Saleh Selassie, President of the Crown Council of Ethiopia, greeting Senate President Thomas Tavares Finson, Culture Minister Olivia Grange, Valerie Curtis, Clerk to the Houses of Parliament, Judith Hilton, Ethiopian Consulate to Jamaica, Ethiopian Consul here in Jamaica, and other officials during a courtesy call on the President of the Senate and Speaker of the House of Representatives at Gordon House in Kingston. The Prince, who is Jamaica's special guest for National Heritage Week, is accompanied on this trip to Jamaica by his wife, Princess Wazero Saba Kebede. Wazero Saba Kebede. And just turning the pages, Rajon Brown passing it on. This is the Good Heart section of the Gleaner. Heart Institute of the Caribbean to host 5-day medical mission. Volunteerism pays off for J. Ray and Nephew Foundation scholars. Atlanta Montego Bay Sister Cities program lauded for nearly 30 years of service. And then there's the letter of the day, time to clean up remnants of carnage. The cartoon in today's Gleaner in 2 frames. In the first frame, the image of the Prime Minister with, not sure if that is a broom or some other paraphernalia he's holding over his shoulder, and someone is supposedly shouting in the background, "Father Brogard." That's in frame 1. In frame 2, there's a skimpily clad female who is looking on, and the Prime Minister is also in that frame, and the skimpily clad female is supposedly saying, "This must go viral," and the Prime Minister is supposedly saying, "Kochi Hammer, a lie." Oh, I understand it now. So this is supposed to be the hammer for knocking down buildings. And apparently there's this expression which is still foreign to me, where people say something and ask if it's a lie. Normal a lie? I'm sorry, I still don't get it. But I guess that is what this is. Kochi Hammer a lie? So it is. The editorial of the Gleaner, Kingston, a traffic nightmare. That has been the experience. So it means we need to get into that situation room and find solutions. That's what people get paid to do. Find solutions. The world is hungry and thirsty for problem solvers. We need more problem solvers. Do guns kill people is another of the letters to the editor. Security companies should negotiate new rates with clients. Yet another letter to the editor. Curry goat and fishy chips is the subject of Tony Dale's column in the Gleaner today. Support for Juan Guaido has dwindled, writes Ronald Sanders. The procurement pages are plenty. The sports section, it's Sydney McLaughlin screams the headline. Her sensational running in the 400-meter hurdles places her on a different level. Blake in line for top MLS awards, ahead of another title run in the upcoming Major League Soccer MLS playoffs. National goalkeeper and captain Andre Blake secured himself nominations for the league's top individual awards, including another chance at being the league's best player. Urban leg of Junior Cup shifts to knockout stage is another sports story. KC St. George's clash at Stadium East. That should be fun. Charlie Smith, leave it late to stun Tivoli. And Rusty for Heroes Day stakes. And the usual entertainment pages with all the glamour shots. Plus the other multiple ads and classifieds. That's what's in the Gleaner today. And you can get your copy of the Gleaner, your physical copy, or you can subscribe to the e-Gleaner. Over to you. Let's clear some more messages right now before we go to the break. Beverline in Toronto, Canada says, if they stop payments on taxes, that is a problem? Question marks. They need paperwork. Oh, paying taxes on land is no guarantee. It doesn't necessarily mean that if you're paying the taxes, then the property is yours. Or paying the taxes demonstrates that you have some ownership, even if you have absolutely no documentation. And I know these things because of a program called Land Solutions every Monday afternoon from 2:30 to 3:30. Thank you for your message, Beverline in Toronto, Canada. Good morning to Mrs. Eileen Budai. She says, good morning, Dervan. Raining all over. Stay dry and safe. Well, coming to work this morning, the place was dry until we got to the vicinity of, well, until we got to Lyndhurst Road, essentially. It apparently, well, it is true what they say, that the rain falls on the good and the bad. But it doesn't fall in the same places at the same time all the time. So Mrs. Budai, stay dry and safe too. Have a blessed day and weekend. Blessings to you, Mrs. Eileen Budai. Sheila Clark Wallace says, good morning, Sir Dervan. Greetings to you and all the listening audience. I'm on the beautiful rock of Jamaica, stepping into my 62 on Monday. Well, that's good going so far, Sheila Clark Wallace. On Monday, Heroes won indeed, giving thanks to the Most High. Well, we trust you will enjoy your birthday and your Heroes weekend and Heritage Month and everything else right here in Jamaica. Welcome home, Sheila Clark Wallace, and all the other Jamaicans who are home, whether to receive on Monday or otherwise. Welcome home. Joan in Bermuda. Good morning, Sir D. Happy Heroes Week, Jamaica. Good morning, Lady Joan Richardson, and good morning and happy Heroes Week as well to your family, your husband Willard, your daughter Roxy, and your granddaughter Amira. Jennifer Bird says, greetings, everyone. Welcome, Jennifer Bird. Good to have you on board. And Herman Hyatt is not happy about that story on the front page where the jewelry robbers had their sentences shortened. Herman Hyatt says that's a disgrace with those sentencing. Thank you for your comment, Herman Hyatt, but you know how it is. The judges their training does not allow them to think like that. They have to think about the law, what the law says, and pay attention to the sentencing guidelines, and so on and so forth. That's just the way it is. That's the way it is, unless or until it is changed. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
6:31 in the morning here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 29 minutes to 5 o'clock in the morning in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
It's here, it's there, it's everywhere. It's onespotmedia.com. Watch your favorite local program or listen to your favorite radio station from anywhere in the world on your tablet, smartphone, or personal computer. Download the app now and keep up to date with your favorite local programs on TVJ. Check us out at onespotmedia.com. Follow us on Instagram, facebook.com/onespotmedia, and subscribe now. OneSmartMedia.com.
For 50 years, Under the Law has been helping you to know your rights and how the laws of Jamaica can help you defend those rights. And we continue to do this in 2022. The program is brought to you on Wednesdays by the Bank of Jamaica, building an inclusive economy. Under the Law at 6:45 and 8:55 a.m. and at 4 and 9:55 p.m. on Power 106 FM.
We crave your indulgence in this segment of the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM as we celebrate Heritage Month, National Heritage Month, and as we prepare to go into to Heritage Week and Heroes Week, and in the spirit of this time of the year, we have two questions for you. You can either call in your answers or post your responses on Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp. The WhatsApp number once again is 876-365-3346. And we're asking the questions, what do you love the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? Or Jamaica. You can say what you love the most about Jamaica. You can choose to just say that, or what you love the most about Jamaicans, or both. So what do you love the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? That's question number one. Question number two, what do you dislike the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? Please go ahead. We're curious to see some of the responses and to hear for those who choose to call. The numbers to call, 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. The text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. It means you can send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, And you can call us on WhatsApp as well. 876-365-3346. What do you love the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? That's question number one. Number two, what do you dislike the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? Over to you. We'll be looking out for your messages and listening out as well. And here's a message from Diana McIntyre Pike on WhatsApp. Well, we aren't able to play this right now, but there's a video, and Diana McIntyre Pike comments at the end of it by saying, fascinating, and we need to teach our youth this amazing heritage. Thank you very much for your message, Diana McIntyre Pike. Again, to you, our listeners at home and abroad, the question is, or the questions are, number one, what do you love the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? As we observe National Heritage Month and go into Heroes Week or Heritage Week, what do you love the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? And what do you dislike the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? Over to you. We're checking the messages now. This WhatsApp message says, good morning, Sir Malcolm and everyone else at Power 106 FM. Happy Heroes Weekend, Jamaica. May love and peace be at the center of our hearts. One love, one people. From Albert Laidley. Thank you very much for your message, Albert Laidley, and all the very best to you. If you're just tuning in, we're using the occasion of Heroes Weekend and indeed Heritage Month and Heritage Week to ask you, what do you love the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? That's question one. And question number two, what do you dislike the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? Welcome to Valerie Thompson. She says, good morning, Mr. Malcolm. Have a blessed day. Same to you, Valerie Thompson. Thank you very much for your message on Facebook Live. Thank you very much. Keep those messages coming in. Let's see. Welcome to Sean Chambers. Good morning to you. Errol Townsend says, good morning and happy Sabbath to you, Dervan. Good morning and happy Sabbath to you too, Errol. Thank you very much for making it the Jamaican Diaspora live online here on Power 106 FM. And our listeners must be writing a lot right now as we wait to get more of your feedback on the questions we have asked in this Heroes Weekend. What do you love the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? And what do you dislike the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? And we are yet to receive a single response to either of those questions. And let's see, how are we to read that? What does that say? Still looking out for your responses. What do you love the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? That's question number one. Number two, what do you dislike the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? And so far, not a single response to the question. So I take it that our people are shy Is that it? Our listeners are a little shy, or perhaps what they want to say will not. They perhaps think it might not go over well or go down well. I don't know. We're speculating, but I'm just curious to find out in this National Heritage Month, in this Heroes Weekend, and going into Heritage Week. So we're still looking out for your messages and taking your calls as well on 876 922 4112 to 5. 876 922 4112 to 5. And the text line, once again, same as the WhatsApp number, 876 365 3346. 876 365 3346. What do you love the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? And what do you dislike the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? Still no response to those questions. I wonder why. Let's give the listeners the benefit of the doubt. They're thinking about it. They're thinking long and hard before they call or post a message online. Let's see who is going to break their silence at this time, whether by messaging us or by calling. Looks like someone is online. 876 922 4112 to 5. Happy Heroes Weekend and Heritage Week. Good morning. Thanks for calling.
Good morning, Sir Dervan.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. I'm calling from St. Elizabeth.
From the Breadbasket Parish. Welcome.
St. Elizabeth.
I hear you.
To answer your question,
Yes. What do you love the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans?
okay, the thing that I love about Jamaica is the fact that Jamaica, we speak Patois. And Ja, my estimation is Jehovah.
Mm-hmm.
Make, Jehovah make, Jamaica. Means, in my estimation, is Jehovah make, yeah.
I see.
Jamaica is Jehovah Maker.
Yes.
A beautiful country where we never have winter.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Never have winter. And we have all the...
In fact, there's a poem for that. We have neither summer nor winter, neither autumn nor spring.
Okay. And I divert a little.
Yes.
I have a special love for your ability with poetry.
Thank you.
I have a crush on poetry. I do a little poetry too. Maybe sometime I talk again, I'll talk to you about it.
Sure.
Loving Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tropical climate.
Yes.
We have never had winter. And as I said before, it's Jamaica.
Yes.
And our maker, does not make mistakes. But we have displayed so much wrong in our behavior. And that could be a poem, Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
And we are blessed here for having no winter all this summer. But our behavior is unacceptable to our maker and our creator, Jehovah. No, and mankind cannot help the situation because conditions like this started early in Genesis when Cain killed Abel. And any man can tell me why Cain killed Abel, then they can find the solution that Jamaica needs for correction. Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks for the call. Take care. This is your program, the Jamaican Diaspora, live online on Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. We're using the occasion of this Heroes Weekend and going into Heritage Week to ask a couple of questions before we get into the interviews on today's edition of the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online. And question number 1 is, what do you love the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? What do you love the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? And question number 2, what do you dislike the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? What do you dislike the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? More in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
15 minutes to 7 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 2:45 p.m. in Kyiv, Ukraine.
This Heroes Weekend! Party with Bay Frequencies Heroes of Reggae Salute. We're blazing the music of our island, mixed by the Masters, Alex Supercool Cooper, Jonathan Lakers, and DJ Deli. It's a musical salute to the heroes of reggae. Powered by Smirnoff Vodka, the world's #1 vodka. You must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink and party responsibly. Party live from 9 p.m. to midnight with your host, Nisha Yen, in our Zoom VIP Rochester area. And tune in on Phone 95 FM, 692 FM, Radio Jamaica 94 FM, or on RECB, on social media, and on Mixcloud. Bay Frequency Hero Salute, Saturday, October 15th. See you there. I pledge my heart is silent as it shall leave. My heart, my strength, my love, and my loyalty to give. Oh, be I love thee, to make us strong and free. All vows and loyal promises, wars and tears to thee. I pledge my heart with silence as God and it shall live. My strength, my love.
It's Heroes Weekend, National Heroes Weekend here in Jamaica, all a part of National Heritage Month and going into Heritage Week. On today's edition of the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online, we're using the opportunity, the occasion of Heroes Weekend and just ahead of National Heritage Week to ask 2 questions. What do you love the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? That's question number 1. And number 2, what do you dislike the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? We have a message here from Patrick in Connecticut, or as they say in America, Connecticut. Patrick in Connecticut says, good morning, Dervan. What I like the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans is our resilience. What I hate the most is our lack of unity. Thank you very much, Patrick in Connecticut, for your response. Patrick says what he likes the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans is our resilience. What he hates the most is our lack of unity. Thank you, Patrick, for your message. Still taking a few more messages and calls. 876-922-4112 to 5. 876-922-4112 to 5. The text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876. The text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. Good morning to Angelia Christian of the Angel Foundation, UKJA. Welcome. Thank you very much. And Angel tells us she's she'll be attending the funeral of those two girls who drowned in the flood rains recently. And that service is at 10 o'clock. Our thoughts and prayers are with the family of the deceased. And we thank you for sharing, for reminding us of that, the circumstances notwithstanding. Angel, thank you very much. As we continue with more on your program, the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And let's go again, 876-922-4112-5. And the text line, as we said, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. Let's go to the phone lines once again. What do you love the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? That's question number one. Number two, what do you dislike the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? Good morning. Thanks for calling.
Yes, Dervan.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Well, first of all, belated birthday greetings, man.
Thank you.
Today, actually, is my son's birthday, too.
Oh.
He's 29 today.
Nice.
Canada, usually is not working. What I like about is our tropical climate.
Mm-hmm.
And when we are overseas, we are more together. What I dislike is the behavior of some of us and our general discipline.
Yes. Yes, that seems to be, so far, based on the limited comments we've received so far, that there seems to be some consensus already where that is concerned. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us this morning.
You're welcome.
All the best. This is the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. And as we've been saying, in the spirit of this Heroes Weekend and Heritage Week coming up, we're asking the questions, what do you love the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? And what do you dislike the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. The text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. And while we wait for some more comments, we perhaps will start our next segment a little earlier than scheduled, since our listeners are a little backward in coming forward with their thoughts, their responses to the questions we have asked. What do you love the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? And what do you dislike the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. Here's another response. This one coming from Albert Laidley. He says, my likes. I like that Jamaica is a tropical island with a beautiful culture. I like the warmth of the people, especially the older folks, who have a wealth of knowledge, experiences, and diversity of skills to share. So those are Albert's likes. Here are his dislikes. I don't like the crime and violence in Jamaica. I don't like the corruption in the security system and among our politicians. I don't like that many Jamaicans have a handout mentality, begging or being con artists rather than using the available resources to attain a skill and contribute more productively to our communities and our country at large. From Albert Laidley. Thank you very much, Albert Laidley, for your message. Thank you very much for your comprehensive reply to the questions. What do you love the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? And what do you dislike the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? We're giving you 5 more minutes. Those of you who haven't sent us your comments or called us yet, 5 more minutes before we wrap this segment. And well, now down to 4 minutes. 876-922-4112 to 5. 876-922-4112 to 5. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. What do you love the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? What do you dislike the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? And we're encouraging parents and guardians to take those in their care, their charges, their children, to National Heroes Park in the night. In the night, because the monuments and tributes to our heroes are in lights in the nights for this period of Heritage Week and this Heroes Weekend. So apart from all that they will learn about the heroes, they will also be excited by the lights, the multicolored lights, almost like a light show in National Heroes Park. So we encourage parents and guardians to take the children there so they can experience National Heroes Park in lights. How about that? And so it seems as if we will not get any more responses. I think we've had, is it 2? I think we've had two people responding to the questions. What do you love the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? And what do you dislike the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? And we thank those who have so far participated. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for participating in the program with respect to your responses to the questions. We appreciate that. Right now, we are standing by. We're standing by for our first guest as we properly bring this segment to a close. It's a good time to bring to your attention the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council, GJDC. It's election time again. The Global Jamaica Diaspora Council elections are coming up. If you have an interest in serving, then you can go to mfaft.gov.jm, mfaft.gov.jm. You can go there and get information on the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council, because I'm once again for the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council, but also the Global Jamaica Youth Council, engaging, connecting, and empowering young Jamaicans around the world. Your vote matters. So go ahead to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade site. More in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
7 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it is midday in Bamako, Mali.
Jesus, Jesus, oh Jesus, oh how I love to call your name.
Tune in to Power 106 FM for the longest running religious calling program on Jamaican radio, The Prayer Line. Join Pastor Errol Hay and his team as they offer spiritual guidance and intercession grounded in biblical doctrine. Hear powerful testimonies from Jamaica and around the world. The Prayer Line, a source of support and inspiration in these trying times. That's The Prayer Line on Power 106 FM, Sundays at 6:30 p.m. Join us. You shall live, declare the works of the Lord. Amen. You shall live in testimony. You're on the love side.
Listen to your favorite programs live on the Power 106 FM app. You can download the app on Google Play Store and the App Store. Can't catch your favorite show live? Then listen to your show on our podcast library, wherever you are, whenever you wish. Power 106 FM, the digital sound, where all views can contend. Now online via the Power 106 FM app.
And the celebrations are happening this weekend as well. This Heroes Weekend. There is a big event which we're about to share the details of. It's called Taste Bits of Jamaica. Taste Bits of Jamaica. It's happening today at Brooklyn Commons Rooftop and Iconic Hall, 495 Flatbush Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. Starts about 4 in the afternoon and will go until 10 in the night. The theme this year is coconut and sorrel notes with hints of ginger. Coconut and sorrel notes with hints of ginger. We're anxious to hear more from CEO and founder of Unique Weddings and Tours, Kim Morrison. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How are you and all your listeners? Good morning.
We're doing well, thanks. Thank you very much for joining us here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. And we're anxious to hear more about Taste Bits of Jamaica and the background to how this event came about.
Well, I must say that I'm now serving the travel and tourism industry for now 33 years.
That's a lot of time.
Yes, and I feel here today as often as possible to receive a travel agent. Travel agents still develop. And I say the cabinet says, yes, I am one. And I am
Sorry,
home
just a
base.
quick check. We want to hear you clearly. Are you using earphones? The audio
Okay, now can you hear me?
the audio is a little wobbly. But go
Can I use that
another.
my landline might be better.
All right, hold the line, please. Let's see if we can fix that in the break. Listeners, if you're just tuning in, this is the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. And we're just about embarking on our first interview today as we feature the unique weddings and tours in association with the Jamaica Tourist Board, presenting the 6th Taste Bits of Jamaica. Taste Bits of Jamaica. And the theme this year, coconut and sorrel notes with hints of ginger. It starts at 4 o'clock this afternoon at Brooklyn Commons Rooftop and Iconic Hall, 495 Flatbush Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. That's the intersection of Lefferts Avenue and Empire Boulevard. And it's a most appropriate time as we continue to observe the month of October as Heritage Month, National Heritage Month, as we embark on Heroes Weekend celebrations and continuing International Heritage Week. So the celebrations are happening at home and abroad. And so let's go again and ensure that we're hearing our guest clearer than we were a short while ago. Kim Morrison, CEO and founder of Unique Weddings and Tours. Thanks again for holding the line, and good to have you on board.
Yes, thanks, and thank you for having me.
Right, that's much better now. So now let's get the background. You were giving us some background by sharing with us the fact that you've been in the business. It's travel and tours. Tourism.
Mm-hmm, the tourism industry, yeah.
Yeah, for 33 years.
33 years,
Mm-hmm.
and still, should I say, brick and mortar, I'm working.
Okay.
Right. So I am not like at home. I have to see my clients. My clients see me. They know where to find me.
Mm.
And therefore, I have been serving my community for over that period of time. And I must say, I doing travel and groups for all international.
Yes.
But I must say, the Caribbean is my need, and Jamaica is my home.
Yes. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So by taking different, I actually give people the experience. I put them to Jamaica and I sell the experience. Mm-hmm. And based on that, I can hear this. I take them to like Montego Bay, up the coastline to Ocho Rios, Port Antonio, and Kingston. And so we do this inland and different groups, people that's outside our diaspora. And I realized that they're tasting bits of Jamaica. A little here, a little there, a little culture, a little food. So I came back there, I think it was about 6 years ago, I decided to start a little get-together, Taste Bits of Jamaica. So people can know more about our food, like breadfruit, tin mackerel, they call it turn corn meal, and in various ways, and that would be the menu. And I realized I started enjoying it. And so I decided to continue doing Taste Bits of Jamaica, which is normally done about June. This year, based on the 60th, I got involved with a lot of other this time of the year. Because after June, I'll come to Jamaica, go to Jamaica on the day after Thanksgiving to taste the real bits of Jamaica.
And here we are, that time of year for the 6th annual Taste Bits of Jamaica. And I notice your theme, coconut and sorrel notes with hints of ginger.
Ginger, yes.
Any particular reason why you have chosen that mix?
Because I must say I am not a cook. And I like to eat out. And I'm tired of the same flavor. And my friend decided that this year should be the theme. We're just tired of having the same taste, the same flavor. So let's see how we can do the chicken with the taste of coconut. Let's see how we can have it with the taste of ginger and also sorrel. So we have a few caterers or a few chefs that will be coming in today, and this is what they will bring in for us to taste.
I see. And what can you tell us about the support that you've been receiving over the years since you started Taste Bits of Jamaica about 6 years ago?
Oh, great. The support has been great. And like for today, 3 weeks ago, my client came to me and they said, asked me what I was doing this year, because if I'm not doing the thing on the rooftop. And I realized it's the Taste Bits of Jamaica.
Yes.
And I said, no, I'm tired. I really don't think I'm up to it. And they said, come on, man, even to have a party. And then I went home, I speak to my team, and they said, yes, go ahead. We can do it. And so here I am today, Taste Bits of Jamaica. I have not slept. I'm still here trying to give that Jamaica flavor, not only the food, but in decor. So I'm sure you will see the decor for the inside, the iconic hall. We have a great band, and these are more mature men who have been coming from the Jacob Miller days. They were part of his band, and they will be here playing for us today. A DJ, fashion show, and really we have two young entrepreneurs will be coming out of Jamaica. I mean, they're here already, and they will be here to present their art and product to New York.
Yes. And what about corporate entities, sponsors? What kind of support have you received in that regard?
In partnership with the Jamaica Tourist Board, Western Union, we now Jamin's Reggae Village, LC Promotions, AFUI, which is the foundation of the University of the West Indies, Brata Production, Kingston and Mobay Club, Sam's Marketplace, and Team Baker, because we actually launching the Team Baker from the I'm sorry.
That's all right. It's all right.
We're launching the Team Baker today fundraising marathon, which the join will be in January. So we're trying to see what we can do to help support the athletes that come in from not only Jamaica, but from the Caribbean to this great event. So today will be the launch of that raffle. Great prizes with the hotel in we're doing Moon Palace is one of the prizes that will be available. The ticket to Jamaica and Sam's Marketplace with over $150 worth of grocery to the winner. So it's really, really interesting.
Yes. And so the start time I'm seeing is at 4 o'clock this afternoon, correct?
Yes, door opens at 4, and the program starts at 5, and we go all the way up to 10, because we want people to really come in to view the museum that I just finished, and do the Reggae Village, see where some of the concerts from 1976, 86 coming right up to 2000, which the next one will be in a couple of weeks with Barry Salmon and Monty Alexander, Dean Fraser. So just to show the work of Jamin's events.
I see. And how can people learn more? How can they follow Taste Bits of Jamaica?
Well, Taste Bits of Jamaica is through uniqueweddingsadtours.com. That's our website. And
sorry, one moment, please, one moment.
Healthy habits start with washing your hands several times per day with soap and water. If soap and water are not available, use Benjamin's hand sanitizer and rubbing alcohol. The time by Benjamin's is
7:15 in the morning here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 8:15 a.m. in Brooklyn, New York.
Tune in every Thursday at 3:30 p.m. for Your Legal Corner with Dana Walker Huntington, during both sides of the story with Dervan Malcolm on Power 106 FM. It's your source of information regarding U.S. immigration matters, combined with Power 106 FM's pioneer of diaspora broadcasting. Call in with your U.S. immigration queries and concerns on 876-9224-11225, or send a text or WhatsApp message to 876-279-8598 and get the answers you need for your U.S. immigration questions. That's Your Legal Corner with Dana Walker Huntington, Thursdays at 3:30 p.m. during both sides of the story with Dervan Malcolm, only on Power 106 FM.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. If you're just tuning in, we're about to wrap our conversation with Kim Morrison. She's the CEO and founder of Unique Weddings and Tours. And going to the break, she was sharing with us the contact information, the ways in which those of you who have listened and are still listening can follow Taste Bits of Jamaica. So please go ahead with those links and connections, please.
Okay, yes. Well, Facebook, Instagram, follow us at Unique Weddings and Tours. Our website is uniqueweddingsadtours.com. And we can be contacted at 718-693-1500.
And did I ask what's the admission, the cover charge for Taste Bits of Jamaica?
Oh, the cover charge is $50. $50 covers the taste of all these great menu drinks. We have our Jamaican drinks like red stripe sorrel, ginger beer, and all the local drinks that we'll be having. Like I said, Taste Bits of Jamaica. Everything is out of Jamaica, and the presentation of what will be happening, the fashion show, the different segment of music, and it's really to get to network with each other. That is why I create the museum and also have the reggae village. So people have time to interact, then just come and stand in one place and look and eat and talk to the people who they know. No, it's more than that.
Very good. Very good to know. Well, we want to wish you another successful staging of Taste Bits of Jamaica. And it's very good to see the Jamaica Tourist Board is on in a big way, along with, of course, Unique Weddings and Tours. And so that's very good. And we want to encourage all those in Brooklyn, Flatbush,
Queens,
yes,
Bronx.
all over the tri-state area and beyond.
Yes.
Yes, we encourage you to go out and celebrate on this National Heroes Weekend here in Jamaica, and ahead of National Heritage Week coming up, and we're still marking Jamaica 60. So those who haven't attended any celebratory event yet, well, here is one. Unique Weddings and Tours in association with the Jamaica Tourist Board, hosting the 6th annual Taste Bits of Jamaica. It happens today, starting at 4 o'clock this afternoon. and going on till 10 in the night. It's only $50, and you get a lot for that from what we have heard so far. And again, we trust it will be another successful event. Any notable thank yous in terms of individuals, institutions, organizations you would like to say thank for their support, whether over the years or specifically for this year's stage?
Oh, well, I say thank you to, I must say a special thank you to LC Promotions, who have been with me through all these years, encouraging me. Caribbean Media Marketing, who also great work behind this. And I must say, I can't even name all who stood behind me. They know me very well, and they know what we have done. Great teamwork. And like, if you hear my phone rings, if you who doesn't know it, go and Google Wonder Pet. That's a team song, meaning all different animals from different species all come together when it's time of trouble, in time of hardness, hard time. They come together and they make things happen.
Right.
So that's where I am now. I am all of us different species, but we come together and we make things happen.
Well, long may you continue to unite and make things happen. Thank you so much for joining us on today's edition of the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online. Kim Morrison, we look forward to, I don't know, haven't seen you in a little while, one of these days.
yes, that's true.
So until such time, you be safe and have a successful Taste Bits of Jamaica event.
I'm sure, and I thank you so much for having me, and thanks, I'm grateful to your listenership for listening, and I hope I'll be back again with more good news and do some work together. Thanks a lot, and all the best. Stay safe.
Thank you very much. All the best to you too. This is your program, the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Hi, this is Dervan Malcolm from Power 106 FM in Kingston, Jamaica. Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. Good morning to Dr. Trevor Dixon, emergency medicine physician at Jacobi Medical Center in the Bronx, New York, founder of Jaja Foundation, Jamaicans Abroad, helping Jamaicans at home. And we'll have a word with Dr. Dixon a little later on in the program. Welcome to Ambassador Curtis Ward. Always good to have you on board, Ambassador Ward. Thank you so much. And Ambassador Ward, well, you know his credentials already, which we oft repeat on this program. And we want to thank you once again, Ambassador Ward, for your continued listenership and support. Thank you. And hello as well to Inez Ayona Campbell. She says, pleasant Saturday morning to everyone. And to you too, Inez Ayona Campbell. Thank you very much for making it the Jamaican Diaspora live online here on Power 106 FM. Some more messages to clear. Let's see. Straight up, in reference to the two questions we asked earlier on. What do you love the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? And what do you dislike the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? The listener who goes by the moniker Straight Up says, what I love about Jamaica is our uniqueness, the food, the topography, and the natural beauty of the country. Thank you, Straight Up. And Monica Lyle says, I love the sunshine, greenery, food, the talent of our people. I dislike crime, killing, and lawlessness. Thanks for sharing your thoughts with us, Monica Lyle. And the listener who goes by the moniker Straight Up says, what I hate is our over religiosity and our refusal to question why an overwhelmingly black majority is totally dominated by a tiny minority. Thank you, Straight Up, for your message. And he also says, every other race is safe in Jamaica except black people who taught from slavery. What? Oh, you're saying who were taught from slavery that others were important, but they were not. They are not. Straight up. Well, that's one of the facts of life in terms of the effects of slavery. Straight up. But how about taking a different perspective from the standpoint that, as far as I know, in this day and age, and for some time now, we have been physically liberated, and we have seen and experienced black people all over the world who have done exceptional things and continue to do exceptional things. Counted in those numbers are Jamaicans. And so the history is written. It is already written. It is written. What happened, what didn't happen, etc., etc. We have a glorious opportunity to write our own history going forward by virtue of what we do and how we do what we do, why we do what we do, when we do what we do. We have a glorious opportunity to write such a rich history that our children and their children and their children for generations to come will be proud and will continue to go on to achieve greatness. So let us take control over what we have control over, what we have control of. Let us take control of the things that we have control of and go on and do even greater things. That's what I would say to your last message, straight up on YouTube. This is the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. There's more after the break.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
7:30 in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 2:30 p.m. in Cape Town, South Africa.
Western Jamaica's largest business expo and trade show is back. The Montego Bay Chamber of Commerce and Industry Expo 2022 comes alive from November to 6 at the Montego Bay Convention Center.
Hello?
Come experience over 100 businesses, our job fair, Investable Day 4,
Hi.
Kings Village, daily live entertainment, and more. Admission free. The Montego Bay Chamber of Commerce and Industry Expo 2022.
Yeah, I'm in the studio. I'm in the radio studio. I'm on a commercial break now. Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and thank you for your patience there as we had to take a call from Bahrain. Can you imagine? All over the world. People are. Thank you very much. We'll continue right now in just a moment. Good morning to Maxine Osborne Foster, Reverend Dr. Maxine Osborne Foster. We're going to have a quick, yes, we're going to have a word now with Reverend Dr. Foster. We have a lot to talk about. But I don't know how busy she is. She's usually quite busy. Good morning, Reverend Dr. Maxine Osborne Foster of the Atlanta, Jamaica. It's Atlanta. Sometimes I say Jamaica, sometimes Jamaican. Help me, Reverend Dr. Foster.
It's the Atlanta Jamaica Association. Morning hour.
Sorry, I didn't hear. Did you say Jamaica or Jamaican?
Jamaican with an N.
There you go. The Atlanta Jamaican Association. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining us. And a couple of things. First of all, how did your celebration go? You had a grand Jamaica 60 celebration in Atlanta, Georgia.
Dervan, it was a success. We had a sold out event. Over 600 people turned up.
Wow.
And it was really a good time to see everybody come and person after
I'm sorry, Reverend Dr. Foster, the line, I'm not sure what. Let's see if we can clean it up a bit. It's a kind of a stilted sound. All right, while we're doing that, let's share with you that Reverend Dr. Foster is one of the participants, one of the presenters, one of the panelists in the international, the Power, it's spelled POWHER, POWHER, Power International Women's Summit, Empower to Elevate Her Game and Succeed, Wealth, Legacy, Independence. And the facilitator is Dr. Joan Wright Good. The main speakers, Dr. Shalet Ashman, CEO, educator, Natassia Wright of United Nations Ambassador, NGO, HR consultant, and Tamara Gamon, CEO of 3 Dream Designs, LLC. And then there are the panelists, Dr. Olufunke Fontenot, Provo, FVSU, Dr. Daima Longman, professor at GSU, Catherine Bowen, CEO, Real Estate, Jasmine Lee, CEO, lead publicist, the Lee PR firm, and our own Reverend Dr. Maxine Osborne Foster, president of Transform Me, LLC. And this event is happening on Saturday, the 5th of November, from 10 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon at AC Hotel, Atlanta, Buckhead. And we'll give you the other bits of information that you need. But let's just check to make sure. No, right, Dr. Foster?
I'm here, Dervan. Hopefully you're hearing me better.
Oh, much better, much better.
Okay.
Right, so you were sharing with us how successful your Jamaica 60 event was.
Yes, man. We sold out the place at the Marriott. We had a great time. And the most important part about that for me was the fact that we were able to help 17 students who are heading college. 13 of them are in Jamaica and 3 are here in the US. So
it was a success. It was a great turnout, and I think folks really wanted to come out after all the COVID shenanigans that was going on. Yeah,
Yes,
so
that's great news. Wonderful news. And now you have also been very busy along with your husband as usual. You seem to always find work to do.
well, they said the reward for more work for hard work is more work or something to that
Yes,
effect.
indeed. Yes, indeed. And I know the parish of St. Thomas is your heartbeat, and you're never too far from St. Thomas. Can we get an update from that end?
Yes, so actually, I have a project at the Morant Bay Women's Center. I shipped off boxes of stuff, and right now I'm just trying to stay calm because you know how clearing stuff at the wharf goes, right? They've
Yeah.
been sitting there for over 2 weeks now,
Whoa.
with back and forth. But I'm hopeful that this week we'll be able to get them off the wharf and into the hands of the young ladies and little babies and so on who need those items. And we continue to work at our Yellow Clinic project. We are looking to bring in some bigger items next year. They need a dental chair that we're working on. We're working on getting some exam beds and things of that sort. So we're looking forward to that project. And
Excellent.
outside of that, we have Morant Bay High School. We have 19 students there on scholarship, and we have Yellow High School through our Dieter and Foster Foundation, and we have 11 students there on scholarship this year. So a lot of moving parts. So
That's amazing. That you and you still have a day job, right?
I have a full-time job, if you can believe it, and I do some counseling on a part-time basis. I don't know, Dervan. I just keep going until.
And now here you are, and they had to include you because you're a powerful lady in more ways than one. And so we just shared the information with our listeners while we waited to
Awesome.
fine tune the line in
Awesome.
terms of the women's summit. And is this going to be the first time you're participating in that summit?
Actually, I've been part of the inaugural Power Summit. This is our third year. The first 2 years were online. During the pandemic, we said, "Gosh, what can we do to just continue to empower our women and keep folks going?" And so we did it online. This year, we're moving it in person. As I said, I'm part of the host committee, and I've actually been a speaker. Or this year, I'm going to be on the panel, and we're there to encourage women, to empower them. We're there to talk about personal development. We're there to talk about financing. They're entrepreneurs. Many who are entrepreneurs, they'll be able to get some, real life skills to help them to continue in their businesses. One of the things we're doing this year, we're going to be awarding $2,000 to one of those entrepreneurs at the conference. Um, we call it an entrepreneurial scholarship, but in essence,
Sorry, one moment, please. One moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
15 minutes to 8 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 8:45 a.m. in Atlanta, Georgia.
monkeypox is in Jamaica. If you're experiencing fever, intense headache, muscle aches, and/or rash on the skin, you must isolate immediately and call ahead to your health center or doctor before visiting. All members of the public should wear a mask, frequently wash hands, and practice physical distancing. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
It's Heroes Weekend! Party with Bay Frequency's Heroes of Reggae Salute. We're blazing the music of our island, mixed by the masters, Arab Super Cooper, Donovan Dakers, and DJ Deli. It's a musical salute to the heroes of reggae. Powered by Smirnoff Vodka, the world's #1 vodka. You must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink and party responsibly. Party live from 9 p.m. to midnight with your host, Nisha Yen, in our Zoom VIP Watch Yourself area. And tune in on Phase 95 FM, 692 FM, Radio Jamaica 94 FM, and on RETV, on all social media and on Mixcloud. That's Fame Frequency, Hero Salute, Saturday, October 15. See you there.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. Our guest at this time is Reverend Dr. Maxine Osborne Foster. She's the president of Transform Me. She also leads the Atlanta Jamaican Association. And she was just on the subject of the Power International Women's Summit, which takes place on Saturday, the 5th of November at AC Hotel Atlanta, Buckhead, from 10 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. And you were sharing with us your thoughts, your role in all of this.
Yes, Dervan. Before we break, I was talking about awarding a entrepreneurial scholarship.
Yes.
To one of the attendees at the conference. It will be $2,000, and it will be able to help them with maybe their business, maybe somebody struggling. We're also targeting women who have gone through some other hardships, like, domestic violence, or, as you know, this month is breast cancer month here. And so, if persons are also going through those types of issues, we really want to just encourage them to keep going. So that's the entrepreneurial scholarship. We have group rates. If you want to grab 10 of your ladies, the rate is $75 each, or $750 for your table. If you just come in as a single person, the rates are $89.99. And we have a student rate of $34.99. Aside from all the talking, encouraging, and giving all the good information, we have some great entertainment lineup. We'll be having a fashion show. We'll be having live interviews. We will, of course, we couldn't have a conference without good Jamaican food, right?
That's right.
So it's gonna be a whole full day of fun, and really hoping that our attendees will really take away something that is useful to them, that is in their business, and if you don't have a business, for your own development. Our goal is to help our women to be better, every day.
Excellent. Now, I know you're busy.
Yes.
So you have to leave us at this point.
I have to leave at this point, Dervan. I'm here in Sarasota, Florida at a conference.
There we go again. There we go again. When do you stop?
I know. So I am going to be running into actually get myself some personal development and so on, some information that I can impart to others.
Wonderful. It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure to speak with you here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online, Reverend Dr. Maxine Osborne Foster. Thank you so much. All the very best, and we'll talk again soon.
Thank you, Dervan. I appreciate you very much for always being so accommodating to us when we reach out. Thank you to you and your staff. Have a great day. And to your listeners as well.
Thank you so much. All the best. Take care. Bye bye. And thanks once again to Reverend Dr. Osborne Foster, Maxine Osborne Foster. As we've shared with you, she's a licensed clinical pastoral counselor, certified temperament counselor, and her outfit is Transform Me. That's her company, Transform Me. Thank you very much, Reverend Dr. Osborne Foster. Let's continue with more on your program, the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online, here on Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Dr. Trevor Dixon says, "Hi, Reverend. We at the Jaja Foundation would love to assist with your health project in Yala, St. Thomas." I hope Reverend Dr. Osborne Foster saw your message, Dr. Dixon. If not, I'll share the information with her. But thank you very much for always being so willing to play your part in adding value to Jamaica and the diaspora. Now, we have been asking the question this morning, and we thought we had ended that segment when 7 o'clock came around, but we still see messages on the subject. So the two questions we've been asking this morning in this Heroes Weekend and just ahead of National Heritage Week, in the overarching month of National Heritage Month, the two questions we've been asking this morning: what do you love the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? And what do you dislike the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? What do you love the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? And what do you dislike the most about Jamaica and Jamaicans? You can send us your messages via our text line, which is the same as the WhatsApp number, 876 365 3346. 876 365 3346. You can send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, and your voice notes as well. 876 365 3346. And the regular call in lines are up and running. 876 922 4112 to 5. 876 922 4112 to 5. Just seeing some information here out of the UK. Good morning, Jaminites, Adlib Traveler. It's the countdown to National Heroes Day. Who is your favorite national hero? Comment below. And so Jamaicans in the diaspora are actively observing Heroes Weekend, actively observing. And the work continues. In fact, we're going to come back to that in a moment, as we're happy that Reverend Dr. Foster saw Dr. Trevor Dixon's message. Wonderful. So she says, "Thank you, Trevor. Would love to collaborate. Please connect with me at revdrmax@gmail.com." So happy for that connection. Wonderful. It's been a busy morning. We've had to be fielding calls from the usual places and some of the unusual places. So we had to we had to take a call from Bahrain earlier on, and just now we took one from Myanmar, formerly known as Burma, in Southeast Asia. Jamaicans and Caribbean people in general fanned out all across the world. Always happy to connect, and some of the conversations have to be off air as opposed to on air. So we thank you very much for your understanding. We're doing our best to keep in touch with the diaspora, and we recognize that there are those who believe that the quickest way to achieve certain things is by calling us. We're humbled and honored by that, and we'll continue to play our part behind the scenes in connecting people at home and abroad. Thank you very much. Thank you. Your program, Both Sides of the Story. No, it's not. It is the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online. But it's still the story of Jamaicans at home and abroad, as in both sides. Norman Hines is still with us. Thank you very much. And he appreciates the immediacy with which Dr. Trevor Dixon has responded to the work of Reverend Dr. Maxine Osborne Foster. And so that is going to foster further growth and assistance. Good work. Good work. We're just about to transition to another segment of the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online here on Power 106 FM. And we're putting you on standby for that as we get ready. And we thank Reverend Dr. Coretta Matthey for her coordinating role in this next segment. There's more.
To Power 106 FM. The time is now
8 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 6 a.m. in Los Angeles, California.
Crime Stop Jamaica unsolved. Help us to solve the murder of 9-year-old Gabriel King, who was killed shortly after 11:30 a.m. on Thursday, January 13, 2022. Gabriel was with his mother in a blue SUV. She stopped the potholes and was suddenly hit in the face and dragged from the car. Her assailant drove away with young Gabriel. The SUV was found later on Fairfield Avenue with Gabriel on the back seat. Crime Stop and concerned citizens are offering a total reward of $1 million information leading to an arrest and charge. Call Crime Stop Jamaica 311. Solving crime pays.
So
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and it is time for us to feature another Jamaican doing outstanding work at home and abroad. And our guest is the author of a book, Through the Tears I Rise. Through the Tears I Rise. And she'll share with us her thoughts on these and other matters. Lorraine Smith, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Dervan. I'm doing well. How about you?
I am fine, thanks. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online.
Thank you for having me.
Good. Well, let's start at the beginning. Where in Jamaica do you call home?
Oh, at the present time, I call Kingston my home. Mm-hmm. I was actually born in Kingston, and I grew up in St. Catherine.
Now, you know, normally when someone tells you they're born in Kingston, you inquire a little further because Kingston is Kingston, right? Smallest
Absolutely.
Parish in Jamaica.
Absolutely. So I was born, of course, actually, I grew up on Maxwell Avenue.
Yes.
Petoro, to be exact. I can still remember the house, the location, and my parents moved to the St. Catherine area, Spanish Town, when I was 5 years old. Mm-hmm. And I can distinctively remember, the environment, the events of when we moved, where I was, and when we moved. I attended the St. Catherine High School until I migrated from here to the U.S.
And where did you go? Did you go straight to Florida, straight to New York, or somewhere else?
Well, no, Dervan. I spent a portion of my years in New Jersey.
Oh.
Yes. I served on the Northeast Diaspora as one of the co-chairs, and I'm the co-chair for mental health for the 14 states in the Northeast. So I've been doing that for the last 3 years, and when I think about 2 years ago, I moved to move to Georgia at some point in time. And once the pandemic hit, that's what I literally moved to Georgia. I'm now located in Douglasville, and I live in Douglasville.
I see. And how are you able to share with us how your life's experiences from childhood to adulthood serve to shape who you are, and how you and your outlook on life?
Absolutely. So I grew up in Winterston, Spanish Town. I am the child of Vincent and Bethany Smith, who were married. They're both deceased. They were absolutely great parents who they were community members and leaders and givers. My mom, I paid tribute to her in my book that I wrote, Through the Tears I Rise. I describe her as the first social worker that I know. I didn't even know what social work was, but she just showed what it is to just give back and care for people, even though she had her own illnesses that eventually she was paralyzed for a good portion of her life. And that, I would say, just kind of created in me who I am today, the woman I am, the professional that I am. It also helped me to choose to be a mental health professional and someone who has been in social services for almost 30 years, from what they've taught me to give back. And I've been giving back as a child. I can remember going to the neighbors next door and, taking the child without them knowing, but they knew that I would have the child and taking care of that child. It was just a natural path of giving, and I'm still doing that even as an adult.
Mm-hmm. And what can you tell us with respect to the motivation behind your book? And I mean, we all are motivated or we have ideas, but not all of us act upon these ideas and these motivations. What prompted you to write Through the Tears I Rise?
So, as a therapist, I recognized within my own self the struggles that I went through, even as a child, taking care of my parents. A Jamaican living in the U.S., what it means to have the support of others, my family members, my community members, and also as a professional, recognizing those emotional instability when they come, what to do, and also further recognizing that not everyone will come to a session to be seen. And so I also recognize that in the industry of mental health, there's not too many professionals that look like me. A black woman. I'm from the Caribbean. I'm someone who speaks the culture, looks like the culture, looks like you, speak like you, and understand what you go through. So to share my story, it goes beyond just simply telling you what happened to me, but also saying to anyone who reads this book, you're able to turn your struggles into stepping stones if you want to, if you desire to, and here are the tools that you can use that to do so.
Yes.
The book is actually helping those, not just in Jamaica, but individuals who are from different cultures similar to ours. We talk about the Black and Brown community that do not have too many resources. So you find a lot of young folks that have found the book to be quite effective and resourceful for them too as well. So it's going beyond just the Jamaican and the Caribbean community.
And in fact, we're having this discussion about this particular publication, Through the Tears I Rise, at a time when some of us feel like we are rising again after 2 years plus of, not that it has gone away, it's still very much around, we're told, but perhaps not as prevalent as it was before COVID-19, and the all the mental health issues that COVID has unearthed. You must have been quite busy and perhaps still busy playing your part in sharing your skills in this regard.
Absolutely, Dervan. So what we are seeing as mental health professionals and anyone who works and supports folks is that there's a rise in issues that we face emotionally. There's a rise in individuals seeking help, but there's also an opportunity for us to continue to do the work. We, as I mentioned before, I have been a co-chair and I will continue to be a co-chair, I guess, until the end of this term as the mental health professional for the 14 states in the north. But what also happened is that I've also volunteered my time for the last couple of years of my life in providing support across the U.S. If there's a Jamaican somewhere that needs some help, I'm usually called upon, and I know there's other professionals as well. But I think one of the things happened is because I've been in social services and mental health is a bit different. So what you will have is that individuals who seek mental health also need that social service component to pull them in. And so I've been doing that across the state. What that has transitioned in, working in the states and the south and also in the north. And so one of the things that I know I'm here to also talk about is not just the book, but it's also the work that has been done, that I've been doing for many years with organizations, with churches, with guidance counselors, with individuals even here. I'm currently here in Jamaica, and I work with individuals in Jamaica and across the U.S. in terms of individuals with all types of disability and mental health. And you're right, we have seen a rise in the need for mental health services. So out of that, Dervan, has come the desire for me to continue to do this work but to do it more in a leadership perspective. And so I've decided to the upcoming election for the Global Diaspora Council.
Yes.
For the election is coming up. And so I decided to run for the Southeast now that I'm Southern USA, now that I'm living in Atlanta.
Oh, I see. So it's not that, some people run away from work. You're running towards work, in a manner of speaking. Why?
Well, if it's a calling, you're actually not running, you're answering to the call.
Ah. Mm-hmm. And with all that you have to do already, you're still answering the call. Why?
I believe that one of the things that is my passion. This kind of work is my passion. Working with people, seeing people get from where they are currently in their state and wherever they are to where they desire to be is a passion. My calling is such that to improve people's lives, whether it's to work with them through different, whether it's counseling, whether it's referring them to someone else, whether it's policy making. I've been doing it for years. And so unless you are fulfilling your passion, then you're just existing. And someone who believes in pursuing your purpose. And so this is my purpose. My purpose is to serve. My purpose is to fulfill that which I've been given, the assignment. Many of us, I think as Jamaicans, we can definitely say, and for this weekend, we can surely look at that, is that we have exemplary talents and gifts. And if you sit on your gifts and your talents, then they mean nothing to you and they mean nothing to the world and Jamaica. And so I choose not to sit on my gifts and my talents. I choose to share them, and I choose to use them to help others.
Yes. And you also are engaged in the publication of, is it children's books in terms of, one moment, please. Let's just take this break and come back.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
coming up to 15 minutes past, now 15 minutes past 8 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 2:15 p.m. in London, England.
Gary, you know what learners were there, don't it?
Yeah, man. Oh, you ready for yours?
Yeah, but when I know which part to start.
It's easy, man. Just follow me. I'm reached 17 years old and can't read and write. You can't get all learners. But first, if you pass the road code test, you can make an appointment for the test by emailing roadcodetest@mtw.gov.jm or by calling 876-754-1900. Or you can visit any examination depot. After you pass the test, you pay $1,800 at the nearest tax office, and just like that, you're good to go.
The Island Traffic Authority, an entity for road safety good.
There's a retirement crisis in Jamaica, with only approximately 10% of the working population saving towards retirement. Many people do not participate in a formal pension plan, such as contract workers and the self-employed, and some are not eligible for a government pension. Every member of the workforce has the opportunity to participate in a pension plan and secure a monthly income for their retirement. Join Real Business every Monday at 9:30 a.m. for an informative discussion with Peter Rose Hall, Managing Director of BPM Financial, discussing the importance of retirement planning and the solutions to move Jamaica out of this crisis. Retirement Wealth Creation is brought to you by BPM Financial Limited, taking you higher.
Make us strong and free. Our vows and loyal promises,
Thanks a lot for staying with us on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. Our very special guest is an accomplished Jamaican of international repute. She is the author of Through the Tears, I Rise. Through the Tears, I Rise. She's where do we start? Goodness. She is currently working on her doctorate in leadership and management. She is a licensed counselor in the state of New Jersey, a national certified counselor, certified clinical mental health counselor, certified adolescent trauma professional, and certified family trauma professional. And she also specializes in working with individuals who have faced trauma, substance abuse, struggle with post traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, and very uh, active and former military personnel and individuals on the autism spectrum. Now, I had another question earlier on, but I have to ask you, on listeners, of course, we're talking about Lorraine Smith, soon to be Dr. Lorraine Smith, in terms of her studies, further studies, and her practical application of all that, the wealth of knowledge that she possesses. How do you reconcile the need to 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 act according to your calling, to just do what you're called to do, and in all of these areas we have outlined, how do you reconcile the need to continue serving, continue doing what you do best, while at the same time securing your own sanity?
That's a great question. So one of the things we learned as professionals through when we go through our master's studies is that self-care is most important. And so that you did that in every course, basically. At the end, in the middle, at the beginning of every course, self-care was the topic that was you had to do self-care. You had to even speak of the self-care that you would do. And so no matter what your calling is, no matter what your job looks like, no matter what schedule looks like, it is important for you to include self-care at some point in time. And doesn't mean you schedule it at the end of the month. Self-care begins daily, weekly, and moments in your life. So I'll give you an example. And as you say, it is something that keeps you sane, whether you have a full schedule, a half schedule, or no schedule. I take naps daily, and I speak of it quite proudly because folks will say, how do you do that? And it's because I have a schedule that I follow. And if it's even 15 minutes to 20 minutes nap, I will take. And it's something that I also introduce to clients who struggle with time management, struggle with finishing the day, struggle with their caseload. I work with clients who have very demanding jobs. They're professionals who they're called upon to in their position. It is something that they will need to address their self-care. And so that's the only thing I can tell you that will keep you sane is addressing your own self-care, no matter what you do, no matter who you are, and no matter what your schedule looks like. The book talks about that too. So even as I look to do more, it's not about filling my plate, but it's about fulfilling my purpose. So it's never about filling my plate because my plate it's not full. It's about fulfilling my purpose through the gifts and talents and the experiences that I have. So it's really not an overload. It's just an extension of continuing to do the work that I've been doing for so many years.
And of course, we mentioned earlier on, and you talked about it, the fact that you're co-chair for the Northeast Diaspora with a focus on mental health, and looking now to further cementing your position in terms of going for the position of is it going for chair now, or
It's
is it
a representative of
for the South?
13 southern states. Yes, for the South. Yes.
Right. And how have you found working or serving in the diaspora, so to speak, in terms of the how the diaspora members of the diaspora relate to each other and feed into the support system or support channels in Jamaica?
So my experience is that we have done a phenomenal job over the past 2 years in terms of engaging, communicating, and collaborating to the different
Sorry,
regions.
we lost a bit of that, a bit of what you were saying just now.
I'm sorry. So I think from my experience,
Yes.
I can see that we have done a
Yes.
Collaborating.
You have done, sorry,
regions.
lost you there at you have done. Say that again. Sorry.
We have done a great job in collaborating and connecting from the different regions.
Yes.
Back to Jamaica, and we have done great work in terms of including and engaging individuals and making some changes. For example, we had the medical mission that included all the different regions in the U.S. That medical mission was done back in October of last year. I was a part of that mission. And then we also are able to communicate more and to allow people to give our Jamaicans who are abroad the opportunity to understand what the diaspora is about and to engage more in it. So that's what I've seen, but there's still work to be done. And that's the reason why I've decided to run, because I see that there's still work to be done. The work has been done. There's great success, but we need to continue that same momentum and that work that I've started.
Yes. No, you're clearly you're some people would say you're overqualified for the position, quite frankly. You in terms of the breadth and depth of your background, your experience, etc. And we really want to wish you all the best as you pursue, as you answer to another call. You seem to take all your calls and callings. Yes, no, this is good. And in terms of I was mentioning children earlier on. You do have an interest and have worked in that regard. I read somewhere that you, in terms of in your spare time, you also read and work on your children's books that look at how children can understand and express emotions.
Yes. I have a great interest in working with children. I have worked with children, especially children with disabilities over the years, extreme disabilities, and I have a great love for that, because you see where individuals who maybe society has given up hope on and don't see our children or adults as having the ability to be successful. Once you work with a child with a disability or any child and have that faith in them, you can see the success. Yeah. So those books, they haven't been published yet, but they're being worked on. They're meant to really increase in a child the ability to express themselves, the ability to say, this is how I feel, this is what's going on, and to be okay in being just a child. We find that children are not able to really express themselves in most times when situations are going on in their lives. We see children arriving at the emergency room, at the doctor's office, in our counseling office, even at school in the guidance counselor's office, and not able to say, this is how I feel, this is what's going on. And so these books will be able to help them identify what's going on, how I feel, and not feel as if they're doing something wrong. It is saying to them, it is okay to express who you are and express your emotions, so the adults around you can better support you.
Yes, very well put. Are any of your uh, children, any of your daughters walking in your footsteps? Any indication that this one or that one might be leaning towards the path that you have
Yes.
taken?
Yes, so I have three daughters. One, my oldest daughter is a veteran from the Air Force, and she walks in my footsteps, but a little bit, but doesn't work with me. So she works in the healthcare industry. My second daughter, similar work, but she works mostly with, expanding on minority voters.
Yes.
And my youngest daughter, she's the one who works with me and is being primed to take over from me, the company, and to basically be the one to run this, to not for the legacy to be gone,
Yes.
but for it to be continued. So she's actually going to school. She's learning. She's a psychology major. She's understanding what it means to work in this industry, and she has the same passion. My children are they're totally a part of this work, this great work, and they also are proud to be Jamaicans as well.
Yes. And the company you refer to, is it Creating Pathways to Success?
No, it's Solutions for You, which is
That's right.
the parent company for all of this.
Right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And so for those in the diaspora, because you seem to be the ideal go-to person in the diaspora on the matters that you are conversant with, that we have been discussing here so far. The how do you see, you're looking to take on the role now as the global Jamaica diaspora representative for the is it southeast?
Southern states.
Southern, for the
It's
south.
13 states in the south, yes.
Right, for the southern United States. And
Yes.
is it how do you see yourself, all things being well, assuming you successful in the election? How do you see yourself operating? Do you now just deal with matters at the level of being the representative for the southern USA, or do you still uh, do the kind of outreach that you now do, for example, etc.? What will that look like? What will that whole experience look like? One moment, please.
Protecting Jamaica's borders from illicit imports and exports is a key priority for the Jamaica Customs Agency. The JCA will remain vigilant and resolute in effectively fulfilling this mandate. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
8:30 in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 10:30 in the morning in Hamilton, Bermuda.
The Issa Manning Cup schoolboy football competition is in full swing, and Power Play will bring you live reports and updates on the football matches. Listen to every Tuesday at 7:15 p.m. right here on Power 106 FM. Live reports will be brought to you by Chada Distributors Limited, KFC, and Alice Duane and Company Limited.
Oh, green and lovely, Jamaica strong and free. Our vows and loyal promises,
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online or on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and we've been speaking with the CEO of Solutions for You, and that's the letter U. Solutions for You LLC, an organization that supports individuals with all types of disabilities. And she's also the founder and president of Creating Pathways to Success Incorporated, a nonprofit organization that mentors and promotes self-sufficiency. We're talking about Lorraine Smith. She is the author as well of the book Through the Tears I Rise, and she is running. And we've discussed her professional achievements thus far, and that which is to come. She's also running for the representative for the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council for the Southern United States. And we wish her well, and we're happy to provide a platform such as this for her to share with us. And so, on that final question, because I feel like I'm monopolizing your time, we've been going for a while, but such is the nature of your work and how we feel about you and what you have achieved so far. It makes us want to keep going on and on and on. But we're going to release you shortly. On the question going to the break, in terms of how do you see yourself operating, all things being equal, you're successful in the election for the position of Global Jamaica Diaspora Council representative for the Southern United States. With all that you have to do already, what's the outlook? What's the plan?
So the plan is really to engage all and to include all. And what that means is I would like to increase the awareness and the visibility of who we are as the Jamaica diaspora. And I can only do that if I include others.
True.
I'm not able to do that by myself, so it will be definitely be done as a team effort. It's 13 states, and I can easily tell you the 13 states. It's Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Mississippi, Florida, Georgia, Texas, and New Mexico. And of course, we know these are huge states. So in all of these states, we would have prime people, folks who are already doing the work. But we would need to be more collaborating and collective in what we're doing. And that's where my focus would definitely be. I've already traveled to quite a few of these states, as I do travel a lot, and I engage with folks, not just face to face, but folks are able to easily reach me. I engage in their activities, I engage in their issues, I engage in what's going on. And as you said, I am the go-to person. And that's what I do desire to continue the work. That's the only way we're able to do. I would be able to do this, or we would be able to do this, is to collectively put our talents and gifts together. And we know as the diaspora that we have great expertise, we have professionals, we have individuals that have the same gifts and talents and more gifts and talents that I even do, but it's bringing them all together and highlighting them. One of the things I feel that we need to also do to find those Jamaicans that are out there that have not been connected to the diaspora and mobilize them so that we can celebrate as Jamaicans who we are, both at home and abroad.
Yes, you just hit that nail on the head. It's something that we haven't mastered. We're still working on, in terms of there are those who are in the diaspora but don't count themselves as part of the diaspora. Yeah, you're onto something there. Well, we could go on even longer, but we're going to leave it here. I'm sure you have other matters to take care of one way or another. Thank you so much, Lorraine Smith. It has been a pleasure having you on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online here on Power 106 FM. We congratulate you on your achievements thus far, and we have no doubt that there's a lot more to come. Well done, and long may you continue to serve Jamaica and Jamaicans at home and abroad. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dervan.
Thank you too. Thanks a lot. Lorraine Smith, listeners, very accomplished Jamaican in the diaspora, and she continues to serve, and she looks forward to adding to her list of service duties. What a thing. So it is. We wish her well, and all the other contestants competing for, vying for the position of Global Jamaica Diaspora Council representative for the Southern United States. This is the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And we're just about standing by to connect with Dr. Trevor Dixon. He has been on all morning, you would think, because he popped up online earlier on. And now it's time for us to have a word with Dr. Dixon. Dr. Trevor Dixon is an emergency medicine physician at Jacobi Medical Center in the Bronx in New York. He's also the founder of Jaja Foundation, Jamaicans abroad, helping Jamaicans at home. And we're going to connect in just a moment and hear of their latest fundraising efforts as they seek to continue their work in Jamaica and the diaspora. And so coming up on the weekend of the 5th of November, it will be time for this very, very auspicious occasion, the Jaja Foundation presenting the annual fundraising Black Tie Gala, although in America they say gala. And it's all happening on Saturday, November 5. And who better to tell us about it than the man himself? Dr. Trevor Dixon, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Dervan. I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. Thank you so much for joining us. Pleasure to have you on board. I believe this is going to be an extra special event because it would be, well, let me not speak out of turn, but you didn't have a gala the last couple of years, did you?
No, Dervan. First of all, Dervan, let's not brush over the fact. Thank you for being that medium to allow us to express what we're doing and our passion for Jamaica and what we're doing to try and medium. There's no one out there who does it better than you. Thank you so much, Dervan.
Dixon.
Yes, we haven't had a gala for a couple of years because of the COVID-19 virus and its implications of close gathering and intimate gatherings and things of that sort. Mm-hmm. So we decided not to keep a gala. We kept the boat ride because that was more in the open air, and we know how the concentration of the virus is decreased when you're at open air and more space. So it's the first time we're going to actually have a gala since 2019. So we're very excited.
Yes.
We know there's a lot of folks who are doing many things, and they're all very special people, but we're extra special, so we want you to come and join us.
Definitely. In fact, that's a busy weekend. That's what I've noticed. There are so many events happening that weekend. Why, putting you on the spot now, Dr. Dixon, why should those here in Jamaica, because we do have Jamaicans who travel in the diaspora to attend diaspora events. So why should they attend the Jaja Foundation's annual Black Tie Gala, or gala as they say in America, as opposed to supporting any other event on that same weekend and that same day, Saturday, November 5?
That's a very good question, Dervan. And what I can say to you that despite the COVID-19 pandemic, you saw the Jaja Foundation. We were in Savlamar supporting the COVID-19 mission there in Savlamar, helping those brothers and sisters, those healthcare professionals, nurses, physicians, ancillary staff, ambulance practitioners there, we assisted them in their COVID-19 missions, and we were only able to do that because of the fundraising dollars that we had accumulated before that. So we're continuing the work that we've been doing. We haven't stopped. We didn't take a break even during COVID. We have 3 projects that are very dear to our hearts, and the 3 projects we have is, of course, the GEMS project, which Jamaica Emergency Medical Services for Negril. And it's a pilot program to show people, not just in the diaspora, but throughout the world and in Jamaica, that through volunteerism we can have an EMS system. And we're about 60% there so far because of the support that we have received in the past from kind listeners who are there, who are listening now too. So we were able to actually have the funds to purchase an ambulance. Now we're trying to gain the extra funds to ship the ambulance and to clear the ambulance and to have the ambulance up and running by January next year. So that's where we are right now. That's one of our projects. Mm-hmm. We also have a project that focuses on ultrasound devices. We have partnered, and in the Judge Foundation, we're all about collaboration. We have partnered with American Friends of Jamaica, the good folks there, Karen Chung and Wendy Hart, and we have partnered with them to do a handheld ultrasound device in Jamaica for the public hospitals. This is a brand new project. We're just waiting on the Ministry of Health to give us the protocols of how this will be done. But this is a project that involves giving the doctors in the public hospitals the devices they need in their hand. And ultrasound has taken lots of leaps and bounds over the last couple of years. And now we have handheld ultrasound. So this answers many of the questions that Jamaica has been tasked with in maintaining such equipment. Now we have handheld ultrasound. We eliminate a lot of those maintenance issues when it comes to ultrasound. We just want to make sure that we get the right protocols in place. So these are the projects that the other foundations are involved with. Mm-hmm. It takes a collaborative effort. We don't do it by ourselves. We collaborate with anyone who wants to do better for Jamaica. And last but not least, one of the projects we're involved on is a dental clinic. We actually started a dental clinic in 2019, right before the COVID pandemic. And we have to make sure we put a roof on the dental clinic. We have to make sure that they have proper water and supplies for the dental clinic. So all these things will have to be done. The clinic is about 85% completed, and it's actually functioning now, but we want to make sure we do proper maintenance and ongoing support for these 3 projects, the dental clinic, the ultrasound project, and the ambulance project to eat.
Sounds like your hands are full. Hold it right there, Dr. Dixon. Let's take the break and come back and hear more about the fundraising efforts to continue the remarkable work of Jaja Foundation.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
8:45 a.m. here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 5:45 in the morning in Anchorage, Alaska.
This is Limestone. How may I help? Don't worry, sir. Crime Stop is privately funded and run by the PSOJ. Everything reported here is anonymous. It's just like you're invisible.
What about the reward?
We provide cash rewards for information that leads to an arrest or recovery. We'll stash the cash wherever you like, so nobody will ever find out.
All right, me tell you. Make the call. Crime Stop 311. Solving crime pays.
This Heroes Weekend! Party with Bay Frequencies Heroes of Reggae Salute. We're blazing the music of our island, mixed by the masters, Arab Super Cooper, Jonathan Dakers, and DJ Deli. It's a musical salute to the heroes of reggae. Powered by Smirnoff Vodka, the world's #1 vodka. You must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink and party responsibly. Party live from 9 p.m. to midnight with your host, Nisha Yen, in our Zoom VIP Watch Yourself area. And tune in on Phone 95 FM, it's 92 FM, Radio Jamaica 94 FM, or on RETV, on social media, and on Mixcloud. Fame Frequency Hero Salute, Saturday, October 15th. See you there.
I bless my heart forever to serve with hunger.
Patriotic music on this Saturday morning, Heroes Weekend here in Jamaica, ahead of National Heritage Week and under the overarching umbrella of National Heritage Month and the continuing celebrations of Jamaica 60. We continue to salute Jamaicans at home and abroad who continue to play their part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. And so we continue our conversation with another of our diaspora champions, Dr. Trevor Dixon, founder of Jaja Foundation, Jamaicans Abroad, helping Jamaicans at home. Dr. Dixon has been giving us the details of the initiatives which will benefit, and I shouldn't even say initiatives, on the people, essentially. The people will be benefiting from these initiatives. It's the annual fundraising Black Tie Gala, or as they say in America, gala. It takes place on Saturday, the 5th of November at 7 o'clock in the evening, and they will go until midnight, 7 p.m. until midnight. And I see, Dr. Dixon, you've managed to and this is quite a coup in a good way, to get Dr. Karen Dunkley, Global Jamaica Diaspora Council Northeast USA representative, to be your guest speaker. Dr. Dunkley is quite a live wire, Dr. Dixon. Can you
there's so many parts to this puzzle, but you know, the song that plays in the background is "I Pledge My Heart."
Yes.
You know? And I know I'm not the only person who gets goosebumps when I hear that song.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
It's a deep love for country.
Mm-hmm.
It's a love that I can't explain to anyone. The love that I share for Jamaica.
Yes.
And you know, Erwin Clear. These folks, Claudette Power, these folks, I hope I'm not leaving anybody out, but, you know, Lorraine Smith, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
These folks, you know, share the same passion that I share. And I know this because they have embraced me in this Giving Back to Jamaica initiative that's been going on for so many years before me.
Yes.
And so I always say I stand on the shoulders of giants. Mm-hmm. You know, of course, we can't forget Dr. Roy Street and these gentlemen who have done this for years and who have taught me that I have to give back to where I'm from. Yes. I love America. And to show you how unique this is, our sponsor this year is PT Just Jerk in Irvington, New Jersey. She came on board and she has her own story to tell about her experience in Jamaica. And she says, you know, for many years I didn't want to go back to Jamaica. And through you, I found that I have to go back and give back to my country despite the obstacles that I have to face there.
Yes.
And to see the Jacoby Medical Center, not just PT Just Jerk is our sponsor out of Irvington, New Jersey, but also Jacoby Medical Center stepped up big time this year and says, you know, Dr. Dixon, Trevor, we see what you do in Jamaica, and we see your passion, and we see the need. So we're going to be one of your title sponsors this year.
Wow.
It's a shared vision. It's a collaboration. And, of course, Dr. Karen Duncan has always been a supporter of the Jaja Foundation. Yes. She's a big St. Catherine alumni, St. Catherine High School alumni. She gives so much to Jamaica. I saw her at a function last week. I said, where do you find the time to do all this stuff? Where is your husband? How did he feel about it? And standing right behind her was her husband, so I had to laugh. He was like, yes. So, you know, it takes a village. Like it takes the spouses, not just the leaders, but it takes the spouses who are behind these leaders or next to these leaders to make sure that their wellness is secure. So it takes a village, and I don't stand here on my own. The Jaja Foundation was created to help Jamaicans with the collaboration with other groups like American Friends of Jamaica who have come on board to help us now in our initiatives, and also, you know, UJA, who's guided us throughout the years, Erwin Clear and his team at Team Jamaica Pickle. So it takes a village, and like I said, there are a lot of events going on that night of FSP. There's a lot of events going on, a lot of many special events, but we're extra special that we want you to come and join us. We have 3 initiatives that we think we can complete. If you come out and join us, be sure by January, the grill will have an ambulance and a pilot program. Every community in Jamaica deserves an ambulance, but we have to start somewhere. Yes. So let's not be too tribal to say that we're not from Westmoreland. The people in the grill have everything. That's not true. There are poor people in Jamaica all throughout the island, not just in certain garrisons or wherever you want to refer to certain areas. So we have to support all of Jamaica. We just want to start here in the grill because we have the support of the Grill Chamber of Commerce. We're not doing this by ourselves. The Chamber of Commerce in the grill said, we're going to join you. And we're actually sending 2 of the representatives to come to the gala this year. Miss Elaine Bradley will be there, and Miss Sophia from Shirella in the grill. They sit in the Grill Chamber of Commerce, and they will be there. Sophie Grizzle and Elaine Bradley from the Grill Chamber of Commerce, they will be joining us because they know how important this ambulance is for that region, not just the grill, but for Westmoreland, Kentucky, Lamar, and Green Island, and those communities that serve that area.
What is the experience that you have been working on for this Black Tie Gala on Saturday, November 5? Those who have never been, what can they expect? I mean, naturally, I'm sure they're already sold based on the how you have described in detail the ways in which you have been serving and are looking to serve with the ambulance and the dental health section of it and so on and so forth. And with all of that, you have laid that on the table already, and I'm sure people are sold on that. And so they want to know now what's in store in terms of the experience of the Jaja Foundation's annual fundraising Black Tie Gala.
Well, not only for the folks who have been there before, but and those who will be attending for the first time. But every year we look to step up our event to make it a bit more cozy, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And this year the production will be, you will have an IT experience, which is basically a lot of technology has been put in there. The imagery of what we do in Jamaica will be more evident. The speakers, the witnesses who work with our partners in Jamaica, they'll be in attendance there too. I can sit and talk about what Jaja Foundation has done, but when you come to these events and you hear people speak of the impact of what we've done in Jamaica, it gives a different perspective of what's going on.
Yes, it tugs at the heartstrings. Mm-hmm. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I would say the proof is in the pudding.
Yes.
Now, this year in particular, we are able to have Dr. Karen Dunkley, and of course, she's a tremendous speaker. No one who has heard her speak before have to come and hear her speak. She's very passionate about Jamaica, and she has not just ideas, but she has, she can present the problems, and she presents solutions to these problems, which is important. Many times, many of us can complain, but we don't have solutions. But she can share with you some of her solutions to making a better Jamaica. And Karen Dunkley will be there, Elaine Bradley from the Grill Chamber of Commerce, she'll be there also. And we have a lot of IT investment into making this event smooth, less talking, more music, more dancing, and of course the fine cuisine which you would experience when you come to the Jaja Foundation. And of course our DJ is Ricky Genius, who is a very well-known disc jockey here.
And highly sought after DJ, yeah.
Highly sought after. It's hard to find a DJ that can please everyone, because if you play too much Jamaican music, people want to hear Spanish music. Because of course, our audience is very broad. Yes. It's not just Jamaicans. We have a lot of friends of Jamaica. And
that's
half
right.
of our audience here are friends of Jamaica. It's the people who have either been to Jamaica or fell in love with Jamaica because of what they heard from myself and other Jamaicans who they work with in the healthcare industry. Our events are very heavy with healthcare individuals, but we also have construction workers. We have all walks of life, lawyers, engineers. Everyone comes out to support us because they love Jamaica.
Yes. And the venue is Royal Manor Where is that, Dr. Dixon?
Royal Manor is conveniently located 15 minutes across any of the bridges or the tunnels in New York. So George Washington Bridge is 15 minutes. From the Lincoln Tunnel is 15 minutes. And from those two folks from Brooklyn, the Holland Tunnel is 15 minutes.
You have it all worked out, don't you? Goodness.
Yes, we do. We have chosen a venue that allows free parking.
Yes.
Easy parking. You can have valet parking, or you can park your car yourself. And there'll be someone to greet you there. It's an elegant event. It's a 5-star event, and we only charge it $150 US. So it's a great event. It's a minimal cost for a great experience. We have photographers there. You can get dressed up. This is another post-COVID event, so people coming out. We have a red carpet.
Yes.
So you can actually walk on the red carpet because we think that as we say in Jamaica, every Jamaican is a star. So we have a red carpet for everyone.
That's right. And for those who'd like to go ahead and book their tickets, what's the easiest way to do that?
The easiest way to book your ticket is to go on Eventbrite and type in Judge Foundation Gala 2022 on Eventbrite.
And Eventbrite, listeners, is spelled EVENTBRITE.
Yes, we have a few flyers around the community. We have QR codes. If you happen to have a flyer, you can get a QR code for the flyer. If not, you can just Eventbrite, or you can go on our website, Judge Foundation, or you can call me at 917-531-3659, and I'll be more than happy to direct you to get tickets and how to get to the venue. The venue is 454 Midland Avenue in Garfield, New Jersey. The Royal Manor, and the name is fitted because it's a royal night, a royal event. Looking to see you all come out and support Jamaica. We love Jamaica, and we know you love Jamaica too. So come out and show your support.
Well said, well done. Thank you so much, Dr. Dixon. All the very best to you and your army of volunteers and donors, contributors, etc. Well done. We're looking. So go ahead.
So a big shout out also once again to PT Just Jerk in Irvington, New Jersey. They stepped up big time in being our platinum sponsor. Jacoby Montefiore Emergency Medicine Department. Thank them all for their support, and we love Jamaica as usual.
Thank you very much, Dr. Trevor Dixon, founder of Jaja Foundation, Jamaicans Abroad, helping. Can we thank you once again for the privilege of serving you another edition of your program, the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on 106 FM. All things being well, the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online returns next Saturday. In the meantime, thanks to Celise Pinnock and Chandel Forbes for doing technical and production duties behind the scenes. Thanks to all our guests. And importantly, thanks to you, our faithful listeners and viewers all over the world. Till next week, this is Dervan Malcolm wishing everybody a peaceful and safe holiday weekend.
Power 106 FM just presented the Jamaican Diaspora Live on Live.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now 9 o'clock.
Giving Jamaica a better music mix. This is Power 106.